How about you? Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. Today we're going to take the Mahindra 4540 and chain it to this clump of trees over here. Smallest one's probably 6 inches in diameter. Biggest one's probably 12 inches in diameter. And we're going to, I think the ground is soft enough, and I think the root system is soft enough or shallow enough to be able just to chain them up, rip them out of here. I also want to show you a little trick that I learned later on in the video, so stick around and watch that. But it's going to be pretty cool. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you checking out these videos. I got tons of tractor videos, so after you watch this one, please stick around and just go through our playlist and check out all the things we've done on our channel. All right, let's get cranking on this one. So I think what I'm going to do first is I think I'm just going to take a chain and hook it up to my bucket and then to the base of these 3 trees. You can see where this tree goes over the driveway and it's dead. And so that's the one we really want to concern ourselves with, but it's in this clump of 3, so we'll go ahead and get rid of all of them. I don't think it's going to be too challenging, to be honest with you. I think it'll be just fine. Like I said, I don't think the root system goes that deep. So I think the 4540 can handle it. Let's try it and see. I've actually got hooks on my bucket, so I think I'm just going to wrap the chain around the smallest one first, put the hook on the chain, or put the hook, how do you say that? Put the chain through the hook, that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so I got a 14-foot long chain here. I'll wrap it around this bad boy. You ever notice how you grunt a lot as you get older? And as I look down at this chain, I'll tell you that secret I was talking about, or that tip I was talking about earlier. Just going to secure the chain there. Then come up to my hook. Put it there. It's not tall enough to kind of fall back on me. When you're doing stuff like this, you really need to make sure that, you know, if you're going to pull a big tree or fell a big tree, that the height is what's going to come down and get you on the head and being careful. So if you're watching this from a mobile device sitting on your couch, just be thinking about that next time you get on there. Pull the tree down with the tractor, okay? Okay, for this one that we just pulled out, again, this is probably 6 inches diameter. You can tell, I don't know what kind of tree that was, but it had a very shallow root system, and this dirt is really kind of soft. So obviously, I mean, you could have pulled that out even with a smaller tractor, I think. So we'll work our way up to the bigger ones here. And I put the chain on the bottom. I think I'll try that again. It worked, right? So let's try the next smallest one. So let's get these other 2 right quick. Let's get this one out of the way and clean up these other 2. Remember how earlier I said I wanted to tell you a little trick or a little secret? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I've done to my chains. I painted them neon green here. Actually, I think it was yellow, but turned out green. So if I lose them or set them on the ground, I can find them pretty easy because they stand out. Also, you know, looking back on it, maybe I should have done orange, kind of contrast with the ground. But that's a great little tip, not to lose your chains while you're working around your property. So we'll just go ahead and wrap this one up again and go from there. Man, it's humid out here today. It ain't all that hot. Oh, God, it's humid. So I put this one around the hook. I've actually got a video of me welding these hooks on this bucket. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link up here. We'd like for you to watch a lot of our videos that are on the playlist here. That kind of helps us out. But as you're going through here, make sure that the chain and the terrain and all that is appropriate for the size of tractor you're using. And just be cognizant of what's all around you, okay? And I think we should be able to pull this one out pretty good too. So this root structure was a little more mature than the last one. It's a different type of tree. It's an oak tree. And so it went, you know, it was a deep into the ground there. Nice hole there, probably a foot deep maybe. And so anyway, but I'm glad the chain did what it did. If you noticed in the video, you may not have noticed, but the chain slid up the tree as I was bringing it back. So I want to show you on the next one how to prevent that from happening, okay? So stick around, let's watch this other one as I finish up this last tree in this group of 3 that we had. So we got this last tree left. And so you noticed on that last one, the chain kind of, as I was pulling away from the chain kind of rode up the tree. Well, to prevent that from happening, you can wrap the chain around it twice, around itself. And that should help with the chain riding up on the tree. Kind of catches itself, if you will. All right, try to make it as tight as we can to help us out. We might be able to do one more, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now I'll try this one as well. I also noticed when I pulled that other one out that the top come toward me, right? So I have to be cognizant of that as I pull this one out because this is a lot taller. So I'll put the chain as far back as I can. You can attack it from different directions, but I think I'll be okay just by getting far away from it, okay? Yeah, this time I'll put the chain on the hook on the bucket as high as I can. That will make my chain as long as possible. And that way I'll have more room when this falls down this way, if it does. It looked like it on the other one, so. But the reason this stuff's coming up pretty easy is because I've got a beast of a tractor to help pull this up. So, you know, you're like, oh, he's using a big old tractor to pull that up. Yeah, I am. If you noticed, when we were pulling the tree back toward the tractor, that the chain did not ride up the tree itself. And that's what we were going after, right? That's why we wrapped the chain around. We actually wrapped this chain twice around the tree. And so that prevented it from riding up the tree. And so that was the effect we were after. We wanted to keep this chain as low to the base as possible to maximize the pull from the root system. But there's also some tricks you can do with your bucket if you need some help getting the roots and the tree out of the ground itself. So let me explain some of that to you. If you're having issues just pulling straight back on the tree that you're trying to pull out of the ground, you can take the bucket and you can raise it with your front end loader as high as you can get it. That will help you some. You can curl the bucket and that will help pull some tension on that chain. That will help you some. And so remember, just think of leverage, right? As you're trying to pull something out of the ground, you've got to create the maximum amount of leverage to help you defeat the pressure that's holding it in. The pressure that you're pulling out with, or the force that you're pulling out with, has to be greater than the force that is keeping it in the ground. I don't know if that's a true statement, but that sounded pretty good, didn't it? So, but it's, you know, I'm just saying, you know, you have to be able to be stronger than your opponent is what I'm telling you. And so when we pulled this out of the ground, we didn't need to raise the bucket. We didn't need to curl the bucket, but you can in certain situations to help give you more leverage to get that tree out of the ground. All right, now I'm just gonna cut these up and tote them away. So I've got the pile put away up top there, and you know, something else I could have done is I could have just put the grapple on you know, grabbed the whole pile and took up there myself. But, you know, it was a good chance to show off the saw haul and your proper PPE for your chainsaw type work. So make sure you're always wearing that type of stuff when you're using chainsaws. And of course, you should always carry a chainsaw with your saw haul if you're operating a tractor. But anyway, so I got it done. It is hot. I wouldn't say it's hot. It's humid. It's probably high 80s, low 90s. But doggone, it's so humid out here. So luckily that was a quick job. The big tractor, the big heavy 40 horsepower Mahindra, didn't have any troubles with it. So, you know, the heavier the tractor, the more you can lift and the more you can pull, because you got that weight advantage with you. So anyway, hey, thanks a lot for watching this video. There's going to be other videos that I'll link in the description below. I'd love for you to go check out some of the, I got box blade videos on there. I've got bush hog videos, landscape rake videos. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I'd appreciate if you go check out our other videos while you're here. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's a red button below the video. It doesn't cost you anything but time, and that would help our channel grow. Anyway, hey, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. I'm gonna run in here and take a shower. I'm nasty. See ya.